The case of the stolen golden toilet takes a shocking turn with this jaw-dropping revelation. And I'm not talking about the news about the arrests of 4 individuals who have been officially charged, but something far greater. There's actually 2 developments here that I want to share as we explore. There you have it. This is a picture that is made famous by an artist who created this sort of as a joke, in a sense, sort of teasing America and Trump in particular about the excess in America. So he thought he would share this with everybody, a golden toilet, right? Where everybody has 3 minutes to take a poopy if they so desire. Well, it looks like somebody went off with it, and not just somebody, but there has been 7 arrests made. But now 4 have been formally charged in this. Now, if you enjoy stories like this, well, I hope you will consider subscribing to the channel. But I saw this in the news, and knew I wanted to do a video about it. But then Gold Bear Bunny sent me a link as well about this, and that is where some of the amazing and shocking information is coming in here. But 4 men have been charged in the theft of a solid gold toilet, according to this piece from CBS News, which was valued at roughly $1.25 million when it was stolen, the Crown Prosecution Service said Monday. Officials list the current value of the toilet, however, which has not been found, at £4.8 million, or roughly $5.93 million. Let that sink in for a toilet, pun intended. Yes, the puns will flow in the comment section down below, so make sure you partake. I'm going to leave them up to you. I'll try to hold back with my puns on that. Yes, indeed. So I'll let you have at it there. But however, this is a remarkable and interesting thing. And it just goes to show you that, gold is definitely not in the crapper these days, because it is on top. This thing is now, just the gold content has quadrupled it. It is 5 times now more than, almost 5 times more than what it was valued at the time it was stolen. So let's get to a piece here that I think goes in far more greater detail from the British press here, from The Guardian, as shared with me by Gold Bear Bunny. 4 men have been formally charged over the theft of this gold toilet from Blenheim Palace. This art installation entitled America was part of an art exhibition by Maurizio Catalan. I'm going to talk a little bit about the irony of this. There's more irony than what this article poses, by the way. We'll get into that in a moment, too. 4 men have been charged over the theft of a gold toilet valued at 4.8 million quid, although we now know it's $5.93 million, which vanished from Blenheim Palace in an overnight raid in September of 2019. The art installation entitled America was part of an exhibition by the Italian conceptual artist Maurizio Catalan. The Crown Prosecution Service, CPS, said that it had authorized criminal charges against 4 men who will appear at Oxford Magistrates on court on the 28th of November. The toilet, which could be used with a 3-minute time limit to avoid queues, had only been on show for 2 days when it was stolen. It had been installed as an artwork at the Oxfordshire Palace, the birthplace of Winston Churchill, when it disappeared. As it was plumbed in at the time, its removal caused flooding and damage to the 18th century stately home and UNESCO World Heritage Site in Woodstock. That does tell us something, does it not? The statement toilet had, in 2016, been fitted at the Guggenheim Museum in New York, where 100,000 people queued to use it. It was moved to Blenheim and into a chamber opposite the room where Churchill was born for Catalan's first solo UK show in more than 20 years. Speaking at the time of the theft, Catalan said he hoped that the theft was a prank and asked, "Who's so stupid to steal a toilet?" The work, titled America, was the 1% for the 99%. Let that sink in for a moment, folks. Again, thinking about, the significance of it. And he's kind of poking fun at American excess. But you know what? You bring the American excess to the general public, well, they just take a dump in it or they steal it. And this is just the beginning, that's kind of ironic, it gets taken, something of value. People can't be responsible, what have you, but we'll find out more here. And Blenheim Palace is the ancestral seat of the Duke of Marlborough. Before the toilet's installation, the Duke's half-brother, Edward Spencer Churchill, founder of the Blenheim Outfront Foundation, said the lavatory would not be the easiest thing to nick. He told the Times, "Firstly, it's plumbed in." Okay, all right, there you go. It's plumbed in. And secondly, a potential thief will have no idea who last used the toilet or what they ate. So no, I don't plan to be guarding it. That's interesting coming from the Guardian. How ironic is that? So in other words, this thing was just sitting there. And because they said, well, it's plumbed in, who's gonna tear it out of the plumbed in fixture? Well, when you have at the time over $1.25 million worth of gold, and now their investment has certainly paid off. Where is it? Who knows where it is? Likely it's probably been melted down by now. It's never been recovered. 18-karat gold toilet, by the way. Pure 18-karat gold. I say that because that does provide the structure. 18 karat, obviously if it was 24 karat, it'd be a far different matter, but the 18 karat does provide strength to the toilet, much like a steel toilet. It was pointed out to me by Jaden and Friday, and so this thing actually is pure gold, pure 18 karat gold. Again, solid gold, but 18 karat. Pretty amazing. And Dominic Hare, the chief executive at Blenheim Palace, said, at the time, he hoped the pointless act of stealing would immortalize the work. He added that it was deeply ironic for the work portraying the American dream, and the elite object made available to all was instantly snatched away and hidden from view. Well, it just goes to show you that, the American dream is about hard work and dedication, and, it's obvious that the artist wanted to actually make fun of people who work hard to succeed, and they liken it to Trump, who worked hard to achieve his dream, and so there it is. And so it is ironic, but for other reasons, because essentially what happens is, when you do that and you take somebody else's wealth and spread it around, in this case like manure, it ends up being taken. And you think about it here too. It's amazing that they didn't guard it, because they thought the criminal would have no idea who last used the toilet. Like that would matter that much for stealing a 18-karat solid gold toilet. It's insane. Just absolutely mind-blowing. I guess if Trump used the toilet, maybe that would have been the best deterrent, because they wouldn't want to be anywhere near him. The four charged are James Sheen, 39, of Wellingborough, Northamptonshire, who is accused of 1 count of burglary, 1 count of conspiracy to transfer criminal property, and 1 count of transferring criminal property. Michael Jones, 38, from Oxford, has been charged with 1 count of burglary, while Fred Doe, 35, from Ascot, Berkshire, and Bora Gukak, 39, from West London, have each been charged with 1 count of conspiracy to transfer criminal property. Senior Crown Prosecutor Shan Saunders from the CPS said the Crown Prosecution Service has authorized charges in relation to the theft of the gold toilet from Blenheim Palace in 2019. Criminal proceedings against James Sheen, Michael Jones, Fred Doe, and Bora Gukuk are now active, and they each have the right to a fair trial. So it's interesting how this, and it says extremely important that there should be no reporting, commentary, or sharing of information online which could in any way prejudice these proceedings. Well, I tell you, I think the only thing we have here is this piece, but certainly people are going to have opinions about it, and they're going to share their opinions about it. And obviously, if they have these people charged, they probably have substantial evidence that they probably took it. But the thing is where is the gold? They likely probably melted it down. and it's somewhere sold off, but it's been so long ago, it's really hard to tell. I think if they give up the ghost on where the gold is, they may be able to lighten their sentences, so to speak. But this is actually the artist, and it literally looks like he's making off with his own piece in this type of thing. He's known as a prankster, but nonetheless fascinating. Of course, that could be, I don't know, that would be a very heavy toilet if it was solid gold. Even at 18 karat, it's much more dense than regular gold, or than regular steel or what have you. Pretty remarkable indeed. Fascinating, but nonetheless, the irony is to not be ignored here on multiple fronts and multiple levels. I'm glad they found the folks, and yes, they'll have their day in court. We'll see how that plays out. Nonetheless, where's the toilet? That still remains a mystery. But the fact that they didn't guard it, I think that's even more intriguing here. But here's the other thing too. $5.93 million is what it's worth now. Just absolutely mind-blowing to think about that. And again, there's another picture of it where it was in New York. And it's pretty amazing. And there was another article that's behind a paywall that for a brief moment showed a photo of it as it was removed, ripped out, like that was it being plumbed in, and not knowing who used it last. If those are deterrents to any crime, I tell you what, I don't know many people who would be deterred by that. That's for sure. So let me know what your thoughts are about this story. Thanks again to Gold Bear Bunny for sharing this article with me. And I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.